I am 56 years old. Things I like to do, I try to be as active as I possibly could. I used to be heavy into sports that really impacted your knees, so basketball, football, racket sports like racquetball, and now tennis. I felt pretty comfortable when I started tennis, although I think my knee issues started happening when I started playing because I was severely overweight, and so a lot of pressure on the knees when I'm trying to run around. So it started developing knee pain at that point, probably about 3 or 4 years ago. I tried cortisone shots to see if that would help. There was really no improvement. And so I was a little frustrated with the options. I spoke about alternatives like surgery, replacement, things like that, but I wasn't ready to think that would be the next step at this point. They did the PRP, platelet-rich plasma injections, and hyaluronic injections as well. It was multi-sessioned, and the difference that I noticed when I compared that to the cortisone shots, it was pretty much immediate. I noticed that night I could sleep finally on my side and without any pain or getting out of bed or bending down, things like that. The pain, the normal pains that I've had in the morning, getting up, just your normal routine, just getting or sitting up, standing, I don't have those pains as much anymore. And after the 3 or 4 weeks after I started, after the final session, I started increasing my workload and started noticing that my movements were better and my recovery was better. Not like when I was in my teens. It was still a lot more than what I was able to do before, which was a nice change. The injections weren't painful, although they looked pretty intimidating at first. It really wasn't any pain to it. It just looked like it did. In terms of expectations, play a big role. At least I know with me, I take it as a starting point now. It's something for me that I can now try to improve on instead of assuming I'm going to be worry-free now as soon as I have the injections. It's giving me my chance now to at least start developing my knees or start improving the knee, the support below and above it, and get me to a point where I can do the things that I used to do before. One thing I noticed when I'm in tennis is that when you start feeling pain in your knees, you start counteracting, meaning your footwork diminishes, and so you overcompensate because you don't want to feel that pain. And so I noticed as soon as I started feeling better, my footwork, I didn't have to worry about that anymore. And so being able to play tennis with a little bit more confidence makes a big difference.